Welcome to the NBA Finals 2022. I'm Sean Leverett with my illustrious co-host Edwin Nevedo. Edwin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really, really well. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's great to be at the finals here in San Francisco Bay with you, nigga. We here with another episode of the Too Late We Said It podcast, right in the throes of Game 2 of the NBA Finals, man. But
right in the throes.
F-word the finals, man. F-word's the finals. Hey, Edwin, just another thing too, bro. It's no way I can change that intro thing. And like, even when I clicked it 2 seconds before the other thing
still
started,
shows.
It
When you
still
saw
stopped.
I wasn't in the shot though.
I saw your
did
duck game was
the
on
duck
fleek,
out, yo.
man.
I was on it, yo.
Your duck game was proper. I can't give you that duck hunt, nigga. What's good with you though, bro?
Ain't nothing, man. It's another week, man. Another week in the bag. You know, doing the thing. Got the finals playing over my right shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
What's it's a lot of black people named Mark. Everybody that work for the NBA and black is named Mark. Why the fuck? Have the game started yet?
Yeah, it's 9 minutes into the first quarter right now with the Boston Celtics up 12-5 right now.
Oh shit, in Dub City. I don't know.
And they just collected the foul, so they're going to the line. It looked like he got an N1.
It's over for you Warriors fans, I think. The Celtics, I don't know. Y'all got a powerful squad of light-skinned niggas and one ugly nigga to anchor the team. But I don't know if it's going to be enough to beat the Celtics. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But what you been getting into this weekend, Edwin? What's good with you, bro?
Ain't nothing, man. Just relaxing. You know, busy day at work. My job's starting to get more busy now that we're getting closer deeper into the summertime. You know, people moving. Mm-hmm. So you know, this is the busy period coming. So you know, just relaxed over the weekend and uneventful. Last weekend though, there was a fight. You know, our boy Tank Davis knocked Romero out. That was pretty cool. I haven't seen that fight. So
yo, that nigga was the worst trash talking fighter I ever seen in my life. It's like he was trying to make jokes while at the same time learning he had prostate cancer. He was like making jokes, knowing that things was going down.
Oh my god!
Fuck y'all, man. Just raccoon nigga. It's like a lot was on his shoulders.
He said something like, "Look like a panda with syphilis."
Yeah, he looked like a koala bear with syphilis. Nigga. That's all he was saying.
He said, "Your hair's like a panda with syphilis." I'm like, "What?"
He just made any. He got on Reddit the night
just
before.
Making stuff. It's like just making up stuff. Like, what is he talking about, yo?
Sick ass nigga.
He got
knocked the fuck out. Bro.
Yeah, he got knocked out so bad. He asked his father what happened. He was like, "What happened?"
Papa, what happened? Yeah, Papa. Got knocked the fuck out. But it is what it is, man. Ain't too much shit was popping on my end, man. I chilled for the most part. Shout out to my baby girl. We was up in Kutztown, PA, or Clanstown, PA.
Clanstown. Oh, Kutztown. Where's that?
Kutztown is central PA, I guess you could say.
Central PA. So is it like near
Allentown? Let me see.
Oh, near Allentown. Oh
real
shit! I know where Allentown is. Yeah.
I seen a nigga with a tattoo on his neck that said Trump 2030. I said, God damn, nigga.
Believe it or not, Allentown is near where I served part of my time in the military at Fort Indiantown Gap.
Shout out to Fort ITG.
Oh shit!
Is that what y'all call it? Indiantown
Gap? That's how it should be called now.
Just coined it a new term.
Yeah, you just coined it. You did.
Military ain't gonna pay me just like they don't pay nobody else. Bitch ass niggas. But that's what's up, man. But hold on, yo. Before we get into the mix of what we was talking about, finish up what you was talking about with before the show, guys. We was talking about Jada Smith making like a open air.
Oh yeah. During a red tape, you know, right before the show or after a show ends, someone does like a public service announcement. She did one of that off of her red table talk. You know, addressing the whole slap and everything, and she was basically saying like two strong men, you know, capable men. You know, settle their differences for the good, you know, because we need them both right now. You know, one of those, you know, like self-uplifting. Oh, and then she said something like, but me and Will are figuring out this thing called life together. Like, yo, come on.
Oh, my goodness. Will is about to slide on her ass. That's what she's about to be. And she's too old to get child support.
But I paraphrase, but I know some of those things, you know, but it was just one of those things. And I saw Vivica Fox answered about it. She wasn't happy about, you know, not about what her attempt was, but how she worded it. Almost like saying like, you know, we're above this type of shit, you know.
What she was saying Vivica is above it or
Nah. Vivica was like looking at like the way it came off. It didn't come off like very apologetic. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it looked scripted. It looked fake.
I would say to some degree, if more like, like I'm doing doing what's expected, and because it's like, I said I'm sorry, so that should be it.
It's never it.
It's like you slap somebody who's like, I said I'm sorry.
Damn, bitch, I said I'm sorry.
I said I'm sorry. Should be it.
You too good for my apology, bitch?
Yeah, so it came off like a little bit like that.
Put that in the freezer, baby, and that in the sink. My fault, yo. My daughter came to me and asked me to scoop her some ice cream real quick. And like I said,
excellent timing.
I'm putting whipped cream and shit on it right now, but
yeah.
Like I said, she won her little baton competition.
Yeah, she earned the right to interrupt you at any point at all today for her victory.
Proud of my baby. She trying to do her little baton twirling, dancing thing. So come in, mama. Say hi. Say hi to Mr. Elwood.
Hello, and everybody else too.
Oh yeah, and everybody else on the show. But you're the only one that can reply. So it is what it is. Go ahead, baby. Enjoy.
Congratulations. Good job.
Thank you, nigga. That's how she feel. But anyway, man, let's get into what we was going to talk about today, man. We had a few topics on our mind that we wanted to discuss, man. The first of which is, of course, everybody who's tapped into the football side of the world, they know about what's going on in Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland.
They have acquired one of the hottest commodities. I don't even know if he was on the free agency market. He came via trade, right?
Yeah, he was on the trading block for a minute. Houston was asking mad coin.
Arguably validated. It could be
one of those biggest blockbuster trades in a while.
That was a big shakeup, and it came right with the Tyreek shit too. So it was crazy free agency. But what we're talking about in this instance is a situation with DeShaun Watson being traded to the Cleveland Browns. Now we all know that he was one of the most electrifying, mobile quarterback who had the arm to complement it, smart football IQ. But a couple years ago, y'all know he was fucking around with the massage therapists.
At what point does how many massage therapists where it becomes like a fetish or something, like? Because
I mean, I saw a video. He was
like, what's the normal suggested level of amount of massage therapists one celebrity athlete could have? Two, right? Because you need a backup in case the one you always go to
one call out or something like that.
Yeah, and it's not available. So what would you say is the max having?
The max
maybe three, maybe three, right? Three would probably be
the max is two.
A backup to the backup.
Nah, if your shit's so fucked up, go into the hydro machine. The shit that spray water on your back. Just two.
Your main one and your backup.
If you can't find a third, just go sit your punk ass in the mall like one of them chairs.
He has like what 30 to 40 different.
He had a harem of massage therapists.
Yeah,
bordello.
Well, he's got 24 civil cases right now as we speak. So that means that there was just a fraction of the ones that he's done. So we have to say the numbers are probably in the 40s.
Some of them gave him the pussy willingly. Let's just put that on the table right now.
Well, I mean, I think they already proven that three of the panelists, did have consensual.
Yeah, because the criminal side of the shit is thrown out. Now it's just the civil side. Of the shit, right?
Yeah. It's just them trying to get some compensation.
Coin. Yeah,
some compensation for their
couple Dolce and Gabbana hoodies, some Marc Jacob bags.
Yeah, it's that probably will settle out of court probably.
Yeah, they're going to settle out of court, and the NFL is weighing an 8-game, if not more, suspension on him. So with all of that being equal, if we was to say he was starting week 1, just knowing all of the shit that's swirling around his name, do you think, Mr. Edwin Nevado, that DeShaun Watson could come back and be just as electrifying as he was in Houston, that he was, and that he will be in Cleveland?
Yeah, I mean, I think his talent is going to be his talent. I mean, I think he'll show some signs of rust, like, a couple throws will be off or, a little bit indecisive at times. But I think that he'll settle in because, I mean, the talent that he has, shows that, it's a type of player, his competitive juice got to get flowing again. And that's the only thing is how far will this distraction cause him to fall, like, below his, like, expected level? Because that's a lot of shit that's going on.
That's a lot of shit, man. It's a lot of shit. And like you said, I think the talent level is there, but I'm going to play the devil's advocate, man. I think that he is not going to be able to be the same DeShaun Watson that he was in Houston. I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why. Football at the quarterback level is already a very, very, very heavily weighted position as far as stress, workload, learning the playbook, being the first one there, being the first one to be successful. You can take the Jamarcus Russell way out and be smoking blunts and eating Little Caesars and flexing on the tape.
Pressure.
but to be earning that check that you just got and meeting the standards of the organization that just signed you. It's a lot, bro. So to tie into that, to put on top of that, you know, you're not just a football player on the field. When you go to Cracker Barrel with your family, and when you go to Advanced Auto Parts to get a new battery for your car, you still DeShaun Watson to the people of Cleveland's eyes. And, you know, to get people looking at you, you know, you might get some dirty looks like, damn, this nigga raping bitches and shit. You know? I don't want to put his battery in for free.
That's true.
Then you go to your restaurants and your wait staff is looking at you funny and all. So I think the accumulation of all of that coming together is going to crack DeShaun Watson. Not saying that he won't be playing there for the next few years, but I think it'll be a situation where Cleveland is looking at themselves having a little bit of buyer's remorse because they paid so much.
Man, they probably paid way more. $230 million guaranteed much.
Fully
guaranteed
fully.
Much. And I definitely kind of agree with your standpoint on it, because it's one of those things that we're gonna see when it happens, but all of that on him, not to mention that he hasn't played for a whole year. He missed a whole season.
Correct.
You know, with this swirling around him, then every time he hits the podium, someone's going to ask a question. You know, how much is this going to pay a toll? Do you think this is distracting your team?
DeShaun, was the pussy good?
Yeah. Was it worth it?
Did you nut fast, DeShaun?
Yeah. Yo, speaking of, it's funny you said that. Because
speaking of nutting fast,
it's funny you said that, because did you see the fucking Real Sports with Brian Gumbel episode?
I do not watch Brian Gumbel do nothing.
Yo, he interviewed two of the women that was accusing him, and one of them said that, you know, I ain't even, Nah, but ejaculation was part of it. But the crazy thing is what I'm trying to figure out. I don't want to come off insensitive, so I'm just going to leave it to be. I'm going to come off insensitive.
Yeah, man. What are you talking about?
You got to see that, yo. You got to see that interview. I don't 100% believe it, but at the same time, I believe it, but don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
Nigga, and I'll say it. What happened?
All right. So she was describing her session with him, and, you know, from the first person to the second person that was on there, they both said that he would always remove the towel and say, "We don't need the towel. Like, don't worry about the towel." So they're saying that he's having them massage them below the navel, right at the point where their legs and the hips meet, right in that thing, and down into the interior part of his leg, right into the leg. And she said every time she's massaging, like the thigh from the top down into the inseam, going down towards the leg, he would flip his penis into their hand. Just look, yeah. And it's like he did it on purpose. But wild. Here's what's funny is she was basically saying that she's like, "Could you not do that?" And then he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't do that on purpose." Blah blah blah. But the thing is she kept going. She said that she saw he visibly was getting erect and everything.
Yeah.
So why didn't she stop at that point? I'm just saying, like, see, that's when I want to come off insensitive. Why don't you go?
That's the power of celebrity, bro. Like,
so you think that his celebrity is what made him go? If I stop, then it's gonna ruin my career, or whatever.
If he stopped getting hard on this?
If she just says at that point says I'm uncomfortable with this, I'm not gonna continue with this. This is not professional.
Well, it's a double-edged sword.
Do you think she'll be afraid him being a celebrity status, like it could hurt her in some way?
I mean, what could he say? He could tell people, yeah, she don't be fucking, yo, so don't go.
Yeah, so anyway, basically, she said she kept going until he completed himself, as she said.
Oh, he would beat his own meat.
Supposedly he
beat his own meat.
Nah, yo, he fucking ejaculated off of the massage.
Off the massage?
Off the massage.
I need to get me one of the massages, bro. God damn. I need one of them joints. The massage nut? That's gotta be crazy.
Do you not understand the point of the situation?
I'm saying that's involuntary. Now I thought that's what happened.
Well, one of them, that was just the story she told.
Okay, because
I did not realize how uncomfortable I was gonna be saying that.
If it was a docket full of that, I would say you have to dismiss it. Because if he like, you want to give me some pussy? And she like, nah. He's like, all right, go ahead and finish the massage. I'm a nut on my own. He could be frowned upon for nutting during a massage, but that ain't criminal. I thought he was like trying to take the pussy. I thought he was like, baby girl.
It was just being what it was called. It's called sexual misconduct. Like, you know, basically like she's trying to give a professional massage and he's trying to get off. You know what I'm saying? Like the other person should be involved in that. If they're not willing, then it's technically kind of like sexual assault to some degree. It's how it's viewed, you know, because it's inappropriate. You follow?
I want one of the massages, bro. I'm going to
Yeah, that massage
tonight,
must be the
nigga.
truth. He said he's going to Houston.
Tonight.
She's from Houston too. How did you know?
Because he played for the Texans. Just
but not all of them. Not
Twitter.
all of them are from Houston though. It was just that particular one was.
No, but on the real, I mean, 26 women. How many was it?
It's 24 right now. Civil cases. That doesn't mean that that's how many women he's gotten massages from. I would say there's got to be a higher number because there's no way 100% of
that's the law of numbers. Right. Yeah.
So we're going to say that he's got to at least have 40 plus that he's gotten massages from the time he's been with the Houston Texans, which that's what I'm saying. That's kind of suspect. Like, are we in fetish territory? Like he just wants to get a massage from a different woman each time, or what's the goal here?
I tell my homies all the time, bro, once you get rich, you start looking outside of the spectrum of what we call normalcy behavior to get your thrills, bro. It's like how many times can I go to the club and get drunk and dance before I try to go to the, like if I'm a stone cold clubber, how many times am I gonna go to the club and dance before I'm like, I think I want to try some of that cocaine. You know, you ready to turn the party up. You know, that's why I preach moderation in a lot of things, because
right.
If you start going too hard, the lines of what's acceptable in your own eyes,
they'll start to move. Yeah, they'll blur and move.
you gotta keep yourself on an even keel. So I mean, inevitably, if the fifth woman, let's say he tried that 2 times in the Houston area, put his dick in a chick hand, she like, the tip might be lit. Some people is with it. People preach sex work all the fucking time. But the thing is, what's the word you just said, Joe? As far as agreeing with it, being on par with it, like
you have to be willing to participate.
Yeah, willing. You got to be willing to do it. So as far if they're not willing to consent, right? If you're not consenting, then it's curtains for you. So the first couple times he tried that in the Houston area, probably, and this is just all my
and it was probably all gravy.
Yeah, they know him. He on the billboards. He at the motherfucking the Dodge dealership doing commercials and shit, you know. So he put his dick in the girl hand. She like, okay. He tried the DeShaun Watson. Yeah, my wife even know. Don't let me catch you massaging nobody's thighs and they bust another one. I already told Ellen. I need to go get me one of them Houston joints.
You gotta remember, it wasn't even his dick; it was the inner leg.
He massaged his inner thigh. He busted nut, just like you did last night, girl. No, I haven't nutted recently, but yeah, it's
oh wow.
So, but like I was saying,
it's too late, bro.
It's too late. We all know it.
We said it.
But yeah, he's you know, you can't do that, bro. And you know, let's say they play the Titans, so he go to Tennessee and try that shit. And it's like King Henry was here last week. He ain't try that shit. You know, who the fuck is this nigga, DeShaun Watson? So it's just once you get that money and that fame and that power, you start to lose self-control. You know, just to be raw about it, you start to lose self-control.
So is that an acceptable explanation for it? Or I mean,
no, it's not acceptable.
All right, let's just say that all right, let's just say that, for instance, that's exactly how it went down. He got his first couple of massages. Next, you know, maybe he probably couldn't. Maybe didn't even initiate the first one. Maybe it was one of his masseuses initiated like the sexual contact. Then also he's thinking oh, they be doing this. Yeah. So then he goes to another one, and this time he initiates it, and she goes along with it. Right. Now it's like, dang.
Now you in the world of
espionage. So now he's 40 fucking women in, and found out that a few of them did not like it. Just went along.
Bro. That's the thing, man. And that's what I'm saying. The first time it happened, he was probably like, is this right? Second time, like, oh, I might get in trouble. But by the time the 20th one, he like, yeah, you know the vibe, baby. Here you go. After I bust
don't worry about the towel, yo. Don't worry about the towel, man. Don't
what you bring that towel in for? That's for the cleanup?
It's not needed.
So that's what it's gonna be. So I think, and you see how we can labor this issue. Imagine how he's feeling. You know, he got to go to family functions. I don't know if he got kids or whatever. You know, you got to do things.
So you think maybe he just took it too far? Now he's realizing the shit.
He took it too far, bro, and it's gonna hit him. I know it's already hit him in real life, but on the field, it's because I don't know. You ever played football?
Yeah, just briefly in my 9th grade year.
Okay, so in the football locker room, it is male toxic masculinity city in the motherfucking football locker room. You understand what I'm saying? it's things
Well,
discussed.
yeah, not just that. I played basketball. I played every year of high school. I played a different sport. So yeah,
Any
locker
male locker
room
room is going to
is a
be
locker room. Yeah,
you're going to get Donald Trump grabbing by the pussy in any male locker room. Even with I had a couple gay teammates in college, and they was even on some. I'm about to get some pussy tonight. That's what they would say when they was trying to go get some pussy, like a boy pussy. But they would say, "I'm gonna go get."
I didn't even know that was a term.
That's what they
pussy.
told me. Pussy is boy pussy. So I just put you up on game.
Pussy tonight.
But they would say it in those terms, even though they meant, a guy. And it was we all be laughing and shit, but that's what it is. You talk about your sexual deviance in the most derogatory terms, And when you get out the locker room, you could be a cool guy. But they're gonna be coming. They're gonna be.
Well, let's face it. This is not one of those situations, because he's on his own doing. This is his private.
What I'm telling you is that he gonna go in there into that locker room, and some of his teammates gonna be like, "Man, don't worry about them bitches lying on you, nigga. We believe you. We believe." And sometimes that can embolden someone, because even though they trying to support him,
what if the opposite happens? What if some of his teammates look at him differently?
And some of them are. I mean, look at the conditions of the world. Conditions of the world are so much more liberal now. We understand. We're starting to check. Most of us are starting to check ourselves when those types of thoughts and those types of mindsets start to set in. We like, oh, yo, I can't be doing this. So that's what I think. Some of his teammates are going to be coming at him with that, and it's just going to be too much. It's going to be too much.
Yeah, he's going to be too much in his head. The game is too fast to be thinking about anything else but the game, when you're on that field.
And when he went to go sign that contract, the GM was probably like,
"Yeah." And don't forget, there's going to be fans that are going to be saying things as he's coming out the tunnel, even from Cleveland. There's not everybody in Cleveland is happy he's there.
Right? Some of them love Baker Mayfield.
A lot of them are super happy he's there, because a lot of fans are so, I don't give a fuck how we gotta win.
Go get Ray Rice too. Shit.
Satan could be on the field throwing that football for all they give.
That's what I'm saying.
Give us a championship.
They wouldn't give
but there's also fans that's like, I want to win, but not like this.
Not like that.
Not like this. Not bringing this guy
in. And the NFL is preaching, inclusion, leadership, community. So they're going to put some restrictions on his ass too.
And there's women coaches in the league too.
You said what?
There's women coaches in the league too. Now they're filtering in. They're coming in, and these women are proven to be high level coaches. Yeah, and it's happening. They're starting to sprinkle in. So what's going to happen is Cleveland, a woman comes in there, she might look at the situation differently. It's just a lot, yo.
He gonna have to.
Or he's on another team that has a female coach on it. Then they're looking at him funny, yo. It's a lot of stuff that could happen before the kickoff that could just trigger him in a negative way that might take him out of the game.
And every week gonna be a different storyline, before the game. Can DeShaun, when the trial going on, let's say the trial.
And the minute he has a bad game. The trial they said is probably not going to happen until after the season. But
you're very right. Go ahead, elaborate on what you was just saying.
On what?
You just said.
As soon as he has a bad game, they're going to start equating it. That's going to spin a whole nother narrative saying, look, is it his guilt? Is the pressure too much for him? Is this controversy a distraction?
He must not have had his rub.
The Browns made a mistake giving him $230 million guaranteed, and this is the product to put on the field. They should have kept Baker Mayfield.
That's what I'm saying. It's just.
And that's a spiraling thing.
That's
a spirals.
Personally, that's a lot, man.
Jesus.
And then his endorsement game probably fucked all the way up.
So do you feel bad for the guy? Or, I mean, how do you view the situation?
I sort of feel bad for him, because he was found not guilty legally. So
he wasn't found not guilty. He didn't even get indicted.
Right.
They basically said you don't have enough to even have a case.
Right. I could say, okay, I could feel sorry for him. But that you're not supposed to be doing shit like that. Yeah. You are the marquee player on your team. Right. So and the women know you rich, bro. You cannot fault somebody for trying to take advantage of you in a poverty situation, but you can fault yourself for opening the window for them to manipulate you. You know what I mean? You could have just got a prostitute, nigga. Go get a prostitute
and just have her do a massage.
For sale in Houston. Nigga. It's for sale, nigga. That's why I don't understand why. I think it's a little bit of deviance that goes into that. People like that. I'm not supposed to be doing this. Type feel to it, because he had Mia Khalifa always coming to his house.
Yeah, it's that feeling you get was like, you get something that you don't think you should have got. It's like, ooh, I was supposed to, you know what I mean? Where something comes unexpectedly, it's like that's what it is. It's like, oh, this is happening.
Yeah. Well, I
guess that I didn't come in here for this, but now I'm getting this.
Now it's this.
Let's see how many I can get.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, I can't believe she went for that. Like,
he was collecting them bitches like Thor.
Yeah, yo.
Like
he was like Pokemon. He was collecting them. He's like, gotta catch them all now. Thor only.
Houston massager, I choose you.
Like Thanos is only going after five rings. This dude's got like 40 people.
60 Infinity Stones.
60.
He got a sleeve.
He was definitely going Pokemon. He was on Pokemon Go.
He was a gym leader.
He's like, gotta catch them all.
DeShaun, catch him. I'm not fucking with you. But I here at the Too Late We Said It Progress, we absolutely wish DeShaun Watson the best, man. He is a tremendous athlete. I watched him play since Clemson. He has all the tangibles. He has the skill. He has the IQ. He has the personality. If you watch him, he was always smiling. He was always doing charitable things. He never got into no other shit. I don't know if he was fucking with them white girls.
It's like, he's good. It's like he just has a little fetish.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's you have to see how it all plays out. I'm still on the fence.
Like, if he was doing this,
like, I just don't believe that that's his character. But at the same time, I've been surprised before, and I'm like, I gotta wait for all the facts.
Yeah, man.
But I'm on the fence, but I just don't believe. But at the same time, it's just the timing. The timing is definitely fucked up. It happened right in the middle of him being at odds with Houston. Suddenly, all this drama comes out of the blue, like nowhere.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at that like.
So I got to put on my Illuminati cap.
But I can't sit there and go all in thinking, because then it comes out to be true. I'm going to feel stupid for.
But it ain't going to come out to be true, because it's already been thrown out legally. But
that doesn't necessarily mean he could still lose his civil cases. Right.
Like the late,
that has something to say. If he loses a civil case, even what's a class action? If he loses it, which I don't think he is.
They started a class action against him?
Yeah, this one lawyer's representing all the women, all 24 women.
See, that's sometimes when I throw on my Illuminati hat, So it happened right when he was.
That's also part of the problem too, because his defense says, it's funny how multiple lawyers denied taking the first few cases. This guy takes, because the first two women that was on there, those are the two women that started everything, right? That's all. If you have a chance to see it, real sports, those are the two women that started everything. And then his defense is saying is that they were he was going out seeking out more women that possibly had appointments with him, and
he was.
So she's saying he was cherry picking and finding women to come out. He
was on the Epstein massage game.
Yeah, but then remember, in the beginning, a lot of those women wanted to remain anonymous, and the court ordered that they had to reveal their identities, because that's the rights of the accused. You can't just say, "I'm accusing you of something," but you can't know who I am.
Said you did it.
Yeah, so they had to reveal their names. So that right there changed a lot of the dynamic of the case. So some women backed out. So that's what makes it kind of like iffy, like, so how do we look at that?
We'll see, man. Best of luck to everybody involved, man. The women who made.
But as a Raven fan, I hope he doesn't play this season.
You petty, Send that nigga to jail for life.
Nah, he's not. He's not going to jail. Remember, it's not criminal.
He's not going. But like I was saying, though,
he might go to NFL prison though.
Yeah, purgatory, paperless purgatory. But like Dick Gregory said, legal don't mean right. So he could be legally vindicated, but he could have still raped the frauds, So I don't know. We'll see.
That was a strong word, though.
The R word.
Yeah,
that's what they're accusing him of, bro.
A sexual misconduct.
That's a strong. If
you sexual misconduct the same thing?
Is the R word sexual misconduct?
No, that's like full on the full bad. Yeah,
I think you're not conducting yourself properly if you take some. That's what I said.
But that's not what happened though. It wasn't like he. Remember
clapped some cheeks.
No, remember it was inappropriate behavior during a massage.
He never inserted himself.
All right, so the worst thing that he's did is put his dick in a vicious hand.
That's sexual misconduct. Yeah.
So that's not rape. So would you say that's rape?
Nah. If I think in order to rape somebody, you have to have sex with them.
Yeah, like actual like intercourse.
Or in the butt or head. You're like, give me some head. You take the head. No, that's R. But
Yeah, that's a hard R.
That's the hard R.
But that's what he's doing, like misconduct. Which is still, which no one should condone that, because if someone doesn't want you to do something, you shouldn't be doing that shit. That's just bottom line. You know, if I don't want you to be doing, I'm massaging you, and you're like purposely going whoop and trying to whoop
you know what Deshaun Watson might like. In Tokyo, they got these vending machines that people get in. So if they fill the vending machine up with little Japanese women, they put their hand up in the air and they put Deshaun Watson in the claw and just hover him around him with an erection and see wherever his penis land in what hand. I think Deshaun Watson might like that video game. It's a sexual claw game.
What is going
the claw?
So nobody can stop the claw. Oh,
He's been chosen.
Yo, we need to go to the next topic and fast,
okay,
bro.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, man, let's get a little bit more serious, man. So, as I was actually, this is a two-part sort of thing, man. I actually went up to Buffalo, not this past weekend, last weekend, to go to that Tops supermarket that was shot up. I sent you the pictures.
Yeah.
From there, man, it was a real heavy scene, man. All elderly people killed for racist, anti, what is it called? Whatever theory, replacement theory, where white people believe that, or certain white people, white supremacists, believe that, you know, Black people, Hispanics, Indians, Asians, all of these people are coming to America to, I guess, wash out the whiteness in America. And then you go to Texas, where all of those little kids was killed, man, on some straight sucker shit.
Yeah.
So all of these things swirling around, man, we ask ourselves, you know, I posed a question to you earlier. Do we sacrifice our safety for our recreation? And in some instances, protection, like you said, because in some instances, your gun is your protection. There's been numerous cases where a would-be robber or arsonist or assaulter broke in somebody's house and they caught that, bah, 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 bah. Jesus Christ! They caught that coming in the crib and the use of the weapon was validated. So do you think that the way that we carry gun laws, not necessarily the gun law itself, because I believe that there should be some personal gun owners in America, but do you believe the full spectrum of guns that are available to the average American is a good thing, or are we just going too far with this recreational arms shit?
Yeah, I mean, if you ask the right person, they're going to give you a different answer. You know, if you ask the right person, they'll first talk about what the Second Amendment was first established for. You know, the First Amendment was established before our country was, you know, that's in the Bill of Rights, right? So it's basically saying the citizens have a right to also bear arms, because if our militias, if our military and our governing bodies have the right to have them, the citizens have the right to be balanced in case of one of two things happen. Whereas if the government becomes corrupt and has to be overthrown, we're basically keeping the government honest by saying that, hey, we can overthrow you if you guys aren't doing what you're supposed to. And then two, if we get invaded by another country, we'd be able to defend ourselves. So there's a lot of people that believe having weapons that's the reason why. So that's why assault rifles and all that. And the funny thing is, it's almost as if, like, I was reading some articles, you know, it's a state senate, when it comes to like doing gun control, where the extensive background reports and the banning of assault rifles to the average person, that they're not going to even explore that or even put that on the table at this point.
I think I read something somewhere this past weekend. Kamala little musty ass met up with some people from Congress or something. They are exploring that, but I don't know. I can't.
Well, I mean, they're exploring that, but that's not going to even come to vote. Like those are the two things they're looking at. Like, and then it's and you know, they're talking about putting money into putting more security for our schools. So it's like they'll look at that before they look at banning assault rifles.
The guns.
But,
They'll put band-aids on it.
I know that President Biden wants to raise the age to 21
because
to carry assault rifles.
This motherfucker who shot up the kid's school, bro, he had purchased the gun days before he did this. Like,
yeah, I mean, basically turned 18 and instantly, like he planned.
Right. He was asking niggas to get the gun for him. Yeah. And shit like this, and putting it on Twitter, like, yeah, tomorrow y'all gonna see. Yo, he shot his grandmother, bro, and then went in there and shot babies, man. And it was so surreal for me because my son had a musical on
Thursday. Were literally babies, yo.
Babies, bro. My son had a musical on Thursday, and I'm sitting front row at his musical, and I'm looking at these 3rd graders, 4th graders, and I'm like, yo, what could make you go hot some children, bro? Like, it's no validation for that. It's no. Yeah. He said because he was bullied and all. But nigga, he was 18. These are elementaries. These not the niggas that was bullying you. These elementary school.
And those are the voices in the faces he sees.
Nah, that's some pussy shit.
No, but I'm just saying, like, he's crazy. But you know what? If you have to look at it like this, how could he have gotten a gun that fast? You know, and then Texas Texas got the most. Yeah,
they laxed.
Yeah, Texas, you can get that's the easiest place to be able to be a gun owner. You know, you can have open carry, everything, open carry to concealed carry, all that. It's not hard to get any of those things. You know, they just have
West, bro.
Yeah, man. So it's just like you look at that thing and you go, how hard would it have been to have an actual thorough background check or put some time in between the time that you let somebody that young to hold a weapon? Like, you're only 18 years old. You got to go maybe take this little class, gun safety class. Just like when you drive in a car, yo, we have driver's license. You got to go through classes now. Before, you could just take your driving test. You just take 2 tests, the book test to get your learner's permit, and you can go right take your driver's test. Nowadays, most states make it a requirement for you to actually take a driving course.
Right. 60 hours or 60 hours.
Yeah, and you have to do that and then have hours driving experience before you could even take your driving test.
That should be a bare necessity.
So I think that, those things could happen. Like, if this would have happened, this kid would have had time in between in the period, and it gave them time to actually do a thorough background check. And when they saw his social media of him posting dead cats, this dude was killing cats and throwing dead cats on people's porches and laughing about it. Yo, it's just
there was
a lot of red flags with this kid, Joe. This is all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I wonder, do they check such social media though, Ed? Because I think they just check your criminal record, don't they?
Yeah, and if he's a kid, he's no criminal record. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the background check wouldn't even have made a difference.
No, I'm talking about thorough, like, background social media check, yo.
Oh, but they don't do that nowhere, and I think that's something.
Oh, I know. I think that's important because a lot of these
scour our data to see what fucking ice cream that they want to pander to us on our ads. They can at least take that data and scrub it and see what type of person am I? And instead of just ruling them out, be like, hey, we're gonna talk to you about these things that we found concerning. Instead of just saying,
and then the responses will tell you the story. You know what I mean?
Why do you think you deserve a gun? What are you gonna use the gun for?
Yeah.
And people will say, that's none of your goddamn business. Well, it is your business.
But why now? You just turned 18 2 hours ago. Now you're buying a gun.
Now you want a gun? Who you going to shoot? Man?
Yo, but now he didn't just buy a gun. He bought a shit ton of ammo too.
Hundreds of rounds. Hundreds of rounds.
Of rounds and rounds and rounds. So when you do that, yo, if that's not a red flag, I don't know what is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, hold up, we gotta hold up on this. Like, we're gonna give you the weapon, but we gotta make sure that you're not gonna do nothing crazy with it first.
And I understand the security side of it, especially if you're a wealthy person. You wanna, you got a 4,000 square foot home and all that shit like that. But I think it's time that we should start considering some security options other than just straight up guns, man. Because I see a lot of shit where it's 2 kids in the house, the little brother find a gun, he play with it, give it to his little sister shoot him. It's so many other things other than just the mass shooting.
Lots of stuff happen like that too.
So many things happen. I know a lot of niggas with guns, and it's a lot of ego stroking. That's all the gun is for. It's like I'm taking pictures on IG with my gun. Now it's a couple homies I know. It's one of a dude named Chris that's in here, that's in Baltimore. He used to run a comedy series called What's So Funny. He's a gun enthusiast, right? but he's very, very meticulous and very, very careful with his firearms. This nigga be at the range every day, shooting, cleaning, dismantling. He's on that type of shit. These problems come from these motherfuckers who don't know shit about guns.
Exactly.
They just playing. It's a bracelet for them. It's a Rolex watch. It's a chain. It's a car. It's an accessory. It's not really no information or education behind it. So that's why I really felt what you were saying when you said it needs to be a thorough investigation of not just
and then put somebody like do gun safety class and actually show the person how, because when you do that, you start to respect the weapon. Like, see,
you respect the weapon.
Only time I've ever held a weapon and fired a weapon is during my time in the military.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And beyond that, as a civilian, I don't own a weapon now. I don't foresee myself doing so. I mean, something would have to happen where I'd say, okay, I need to own a weapon, but I don't, because I believe that when you do that, it brings that energy to you. So it's like,
yes.
So you even look for it too sometimes. So I mean, I'm just saying, like, unless something happens that I would require it, I'm not going to seek out to get a weapon. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, but that's just my opinion on it. But I respect the weapon because when I was introduced to the weapons, I was introduced to it the right way. You know, the weapon came to me. I had to clean my own weapon. We took it to the firing range. We learned safety protocols, how to hold a gun, clear the gun before you store it. You got clear it. All those things. You
had a respect for it after that.
You have to respect, because that's an instrument of death, yo. That's only crafted to kill. That's literally the purpose of a weapon, of that type of weapon. It's a lethal weapon that's crafted to kill living things. So if you don't have a respect for it, you shouldn't own it. Period.
And you said something that was very very important. As sooner or later, you're gonna want to do something with that gun.
Yeah.
You do all of this training, all of this shooting range, you do all of this shit. Eventually, you're gonna be like, man, let me go test this shit out. Let me go put my skills to the test.
Well, then that's also why those type of, like, having a class, I think it gives time for a background check to happen, because those courses can take time, and then it also gives, so you don't have to put the pressure on the government to do a thorough check within 24 hours. No, they have time, because they'll have a date. You know, you would assign a date. It's like you start with the process, and then you have your weapon during you're practicing with your weapon. Just like when you get a motorcycle, you have to take class. It's still your bike, but you're still trying to get the license. You're practicing on that bike. You're practicing with this weapon until you earn the right to take it for yourself, right? Just like a license. So during that time, it gives government or an agency that they can dedicate to just doing thorough background checks, checking your social medias, your Twitters and everything, see what you're talking about, because your interactions will tell your intentions. And then you'll see negative interactions all over the place. You're getting in fights, and then all of a sudden you see something. I'll show you. You'll learn soon enough. And then, like, this dude's over here in a gun range practicing how to shoot, and he's literally threatening somebody verbally on social media. So then you go, okay, that's a flag right there.
And when you see that, I don't think that alone, even if somebody say, I'm getting my gun next week, nigga, I'm going to blow your block up, nigga. If somebody say that should just be grounds for in-person psychological evaluation.
Exactly.
That has to be done, man.
And they have to address it.
Early in the psychological evaluation, I think you can, or very early, it won't take 4 or 5 sessions. The first session, you're going to be able to tell whether or not this person is stable enough to be holding the Glock. You know, I believe that. And if you are just now tuning into us, you can see the banner down at the bottom. Call into the show, yo ho. Hit us up and let us know how you feel.
I didn't even notice that you put that.
Let us know how you feel on some of the topics that we spoke on, man.
This is a serious topic.
It's a serious topic, man. And a lot of people need to put your ego to the side, man. I mean, if you can look at them pictures of them children that got killed, there was some adults that got killed too. And,
I seen it, man.
The husband of one of the teachers had he was heartbroken. He died like 2 days later from a heart attack. His wife got taken from him at work. So if you can look at these children and still be like, nah, I still need my gun. You are a heartless motherfucker. And I know a lot of people will be like, it's an agenda from the left. Or it's an agenda on the left to take our guns.
Yeah, man, I don't think the problem is worried about the people that have the gun. I mean, because then what happens is we have misplaced anger. We have to really focus on being able to regulate who gets them, making sure that they fall in the right hands, responsible hands that's going to use them appropriately and when necessary, not just because somebody pissed them
Temper
off,
flare.
And I
Yeah.
think because there's a lot of people out there that own guns now, and they're perfectly great citizens. So it's what happens is when these things happen, we're worried about the weapons being out there. We forget there's responsible citizens out there with weapons, so
But
they
they
feel
very
attacked and they're upset because like, hey, I have the right to have this, I didn't do nothing wrong. But it's not really those that we should be worried about, the people that already
I'm
have
worried about
those.
them niggas, man. Because
I'm
I've lost all faith in humanity. I'm not gonna lie. I've lost faith in everybody walking
So
on
you would
this
rather
fucking planet.
no citizen should have guns, is what you're saying?
I think we should have a community state. I think we should have a situation where John, Jessica, Stacy, Michael, and Joshua are the armsmen of this zip code. If anything goes down, these guys and these ladies are 5 minutes from you. I think we need to get back to a community, because the reason we need these firearms is because we've become more isolated as a society. There's no community no more. There's nobody to look out for you. Like, I was walking through the city the other day, and this two little kids, bro, sitting out front of the Burger King, hungry as shit with a sign. People are just not even paying attention to anything no more. So I walk in the Burger King right near the harbor. I walk in, I get them 2 double cheeseburgers, right? And I come back out and I walk around the corner. They said thank you. I walk and I'm just watching people just walking past the kids. And I know that don't have nothing to do with guns. But what I'm saying is,
Oh no, I know.
if we can have a situation where we are together on a lot of things, or at least have the ability to talk to each other about a lot of things, all of this other shit will dissipate. We'll be able to identify the danger in a community setting. Yo, you see this weird looking motherfucker over here walking around, been casing out the community? Or, hey man, whatever, the nigga shot his grandmother. Marisol, let's just say that. Marisol grandson been looking a little weird. This nigga been hanging cats. He be beating his meat, putting a nut in people's rice, just doing all types of wild shit. Let's keep an eye on this one.
Yo, I eat a lot of rice, yo. I don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want his nut in your rice.
Yo, that's so cool.
This rice tastes nutted on.
Yo, it's gonna be a couple of days before I eat rice again.
Brown rice.
This rice looks a little too moist.
This brown rice white. What's good? What gives?
Why is it only stuck together on this side?
I boiled it for 2 days. It's just still stuck together. But the Constitution says a lot of things. The Constitution says freedom and justice for all. And you can tell America does not have freedom and justice for all. So miss me with all that Constitution shit. Niggas will try to harping back to the Constitution to try to prove their point, when a lot of that shit in that Constitution about from free trade to social norms, and a lot of that shit is fluff. So miss me with that dumb shit. We've evolved since 1776. Let's use some common sense. And a lot of people will just use that as a check down. Oh, well, the Constitution says my black ass is supposed to be in Charleston, South Carolina, picking cotton, nigga. So I don't want to hear that shit. But yeah, man, that's all I got to say on that topic, man. I can't believe somebody shot babies, bro. You have to be a stone cold motherfucker to kill babies, bro. And I just pray for them families and for those babies' soul, man. I'm not big on religion, but
yeah, that's it's just devastating,
And to the people in Buffalo too, man. That shit, I almost cried, yo. I almost cried up there, bro. It was just seeing it, and they had the whole supermarket fenced off, so you couldn't really go to the supermarket. But man, I mean, flowers and chalk writing on the wall, and it was just so much love there. But I did see some media niggas standing outside kikiing. They was outside laughing. I know it had been 10 days since, so at some point you get a lighter heart about the rest of the world that goes on. You can talk about other subjects. But I just felt like it was in bad taste that they were sitting around laughing. A bunch of white guys, fucking dicks, standing around with each other.
Were they media personnel?
Yeah, they were media personnel for the local Buffalo, New York radio station or news media.
That's ridiculous.
And
that's in super poor taste, because that's not what you do, that's not.
And they weren't talking about the shooting; they was just talking about other shit, life.
And just laughing and googling and like it's all good. Yeah, do that somewhere else, yo. People are there paying their respects, yo.
You feel me? I seen a white lady hop out the truck crying, or going back to her truck crying, just off the loss of life. That's how I know it's racism out here, but that's how I know it's some good white people. You feel me? unless she was crying like, damn, they beat me to it. I wanted to shoot this motherfucker up. Unless she was doing that, then I'm gonna beat her ass. But other than that, it's good people everywhere. But I do, like you said, that was in poor taste, man. You know, laughing in that situation like that. But
I would have felt terrible about that too, seeing that. Like, come on, man.
It is what it is.
Yo, I saw the thing when when you see those things, you kind of sometimes try to shield yourself from it. It's like, man, another shooting. I try not to look at the details, but it's like reading the article and then seeing the pictures, because the article had the pictures of the kids and the families. Yo, that's heartbreaking, bro.
It's heartbreaking, bro. I think it's real heavy because we got kids too.
It super destroyed me. I'm like, yo, that shit hit me right in the chest.
Children that didn't even have a chance to live yet. But I mean, that's that horse has been.
It's like, how can you even look at a child and then put them in your sights?
And pull the
trigger. It's like, yo, anybody that is held the weapon and shoot. When you're looking down those sights, that whatever you see on those sights is what you plan on killing, and you're gonna put a kid on the other side of that sight and pull the trigger.
The whole classroom got sprayed up.
No, come on.
So that's I hope you in hell getting butt fucked by Satan and 30 minions, nigga, you bitch ass.
Yeah, according to This Is the End, this is exactly what happens.
Yeah, I hope he get little Nickied all night, nigga. Pussy ass nigga, man. But let's move on to the next subject, man. So if you haven't noticed, at the beginning of 2020, was it 2020 that this shit popped off? The beginning of 2020, now worldwide pandemic broke out.
Oh, yep.
It's, what does it go by? Coronavirus? COVID-19?
The COVID-19, coronavirus, the vid, COVID.
Maxine,
the Rona.
It popped off early 2020. And since then, we have been through a lot as a society, to say the least, as a group of people, as a society, as a social enclave. We've been quarantined. We've been put in a house. We've been locked down. We've been stimulated.
Yeah.
We've been through a lot. But now it wasn't a definitive end, and it hasn't been a definitive end to the COVID, but it hasn't been full-fledged lockdown either.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, including myself, I was driving home today, and it sort of hit me like, damn, last night when we was talking, I was like, so what are we? Like,
yeah, where are we?
Like, what are we?
Remember when we was thinking like, this is the new norm, we're always gonna be masked up.
Yeah, and now the masks are pretty much optional, but for 80% of the places you go, they're not even really, airports.
No one's caring. So you just see your handful of people here and there that's still rocking the mask.
Right. So I mean, it beckons the question: where are we at now? Are we in a pandemic still? Because cases are still, Beijing is easing some of its lockdowns and things like that, but they just maybe 2 days ago started easing back on some very, 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 very intrusive restrictions on their general population. Here in the U.S., some other countries, we're pretty much lax, but the demon's still lurking. Then they try to throw the monkeypox at us, but I don't know if we're really too pressed about the monkeypox. Didn't they try to say that was just like in the gay community? Didn't somebody they try to put it on the gay community?
Yo, them
niggas crazy, but
they're doing the most.
On the COVID side of things, like where do you think we are, man? Like, do you think we are in a pandemic still, or are we out of the pandemic?
Yeah, it's just very, very odd. I can say from a cable technician standpoint, we still encourage wearing a mask on, because just for the fact that we're going from house to house, you know what I mean? So we'll still put it while we're rocking there. But, I'm 100% okay with human contact again. So it's like, I don't initiate, but I've only had like one or two here and there that go for the handshake. And then we're both in like this hiatus, like mid-level, like, should we?
Yeah.
And we both was like, you want to, I want to too. Remember when we used to do this all the time? And then handshake, and then you leave feeling good about it. But then I throw some hand sanitizer in my hand.
It's like seeing your old 5 years later.
So I was like, damn, is this where I'm at now? I'm gonna hand sanitize. It's like it's in the middle of the situation where some people are still trying. They're trying to get back to normalcy, but we're still hesitant. Like we're in the in between. Yeah, it's like we're trapped in the in between.
It's very weird, man. It's very weird because, even the lines of vaxxers and anti-vaxxers has even sort of to fade away a little bit. Remember that hard line was just like, are you vaxxed?
It's like everyone just says, I'm fully vaxxed. I'm fully vaccinated. And then they're waiting for you to say, me too. And then you just say, and then you just go, congratulations. And then look at you like,
congratulations.
Blasphemy. As soon as you say congratulations, they're like, so you're not?
Like they used to be proud on that shit. They'd be like, I'm double vaccinated, I'm triple boosted, and I take zinc medication. I take airborne pills from the like nigga, calm the fuck.
I drink plenty of vitamin C.
The old orange juice, straight up.
Yeah, orange juice all the time. Full pulp, extra pulp.
Extra pulp. I'm chewing my orange juice pretty much. It's crazy, man. And I'm happy that the deaths. Alleged deaths. I'm a conspiracy nigga to the max, yo. So
the percentages are super down, man. There's like 2-3% right now.
Super down.
It's always been kind of crazy because remember we're seeing the numbers, the raw numbers, like of all the people infected versus how many people died. If you just look at it and say, "Dang, 2 million people died," and you're thinking, "Yo, that's too many people that died," but then you look at it as like, "Oh, it's like 90 million people were infected." I inflated the numbers on purpose. Just
right. No, I know what you're saying.
It's like if you look at it from percentage wise, it's like that means that if you get it, you had a 2-3% chance that it's a fatal to you. So it's like you just follow what you need to the protocol, stay safe. People that have pre-existing conditions are the ones that are most in danger. So you want to just protect them from getting it. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's how I looked at it. Like if you have a lot of problems, you probably don't want to be out in the world too much. You just go when you have to. And then be safe when you do.
But you know what I did a follow-up on? I did a personal study just for the Too Late We Said It podcast crew. I did a study on all them white kids that was out partying at the height of the pandemic, kissing, fucking, sharing drinks, nutting in each other, shitting in the same bathroom, shooting dice, sleeping in hotel beds together, nigga. All of these people who was in close proximity with each other. Not a lot of those people died or even got sick. So that makes it was even something that in San Francisco, I think it was.
Remember, there was a lot of asymptomatic people. So that's the part of the problem too, is the fact that
if you
plenty of people are asymptomatic, they may have been just asymptomatic and just walking around.
Then that means they good, right? Or
they're good health-wise, but they can still spread it. That's what made this virus scary. It wasn't that. That's what scared people. It wasn't the fact that it was dangerous to everyone. It was the fact that the ones that aren't showing symptoms are going to their families and then kissing their grandmother, and their grandmother gets sick and then she dies 5 years before she would have because she caught that. Or you have a relative that has bad asthma. So that's what made people scared of it. So
then she died 5 years before she was supposed to. That's still a good run.
I mean, it's a good run, but I'm just saying, like, someone died when they didn't have to.
We all gotta die, man. We all gotta die. That was my thing. I was like, because I was still beating these comedy streets during the height of the pandemic. Like I was in the streets with a lot of cats, and a lot of comedians I know got COVID, but they take 2 weeks off, come right back. Some niggas took 2-3 days off. Shit, rub Vicks on their belly button and shit. They like, I'm good, nigga. I put the vapor rub on my shit.
Better. Not. Have you gotten COVID?
So this is what happened with me. In like December of 2019, I was working for Chesapeake Ceramics. It's a ceramics company. I was the operations manager there at the company called Chesapeake Ceramics. Shout out to Chesapeake Ceramics. Y'all niggas ain't do nothing but do me right until the end. So we were sitting down, and my boss, one of our main distribution plants was out of Wuhan, China. That's where a lot of our bisque, which is the raw materials that make the ceramic products. Right. That's where we wholesaled a lot of our shit from. So around like November, December, we would just purchase 2 or 3 containers. They would ship them across the ocean, and the people at the port would drive them up. We'd have like 3 hours to unload them before they needed the container back at the port, right? So we would hire temporary workers, temp agencies. So we would hire 8 temp guys to unload the container in a day. So one day I noticed like 7 of the 8 niggas that I hired, that we contracted from the temp agency, didn't come back. I'm like, what the fuck? Why they ain't come back? So the lady that was, that was the liaison between me and the people working, she's like, they all got sick. I was like, Now it's grueling work unloading those shipping containers. So I'm just like, these niggas just didn't want to do this shit again. They can get paid the same thing, go do something else to another job.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, fuck that shit. But then, so the next couple, I had to help my tenured staff, the full team staff. We had to do it, and I got sick. I was like, what the fuck? And I felt the same way. And then my boss was like, all right, Sean, I'm not going. We need to renew. Go show face or some shit with the people over there, but I can't go. It's my day. It's my daughter's birthday. His name was Michael. Who was Mike's last name? I can't remember. But so he was like, you gotta go. And I was like, I don't know Mandarin or nothing, bro. I can't go over there. He was like, oh yeah, you gotta go. So I ultimately ended up leaving the job, and this is why I'm still sick. I quit over that. And then lo and behold, he had to go. I hear back after I left, this nigga got COVID and that's when all this shit started trickling down, bro. Damn. That's when all the cards fell. So
you was like ground zero of this shit.
I was ground zero, bro. And they was trying to send me into the soot of COVID.
He was going to the eye of the storm, son.
They tried to, bro. They wasn't about to have, nigga bring corona. No, nigga, I wasn't finna be the one. But yeah, that's why when people say I don't think it came from China or places like that, I saw firsthand. Now, it could have been contaminated along the way, but I can testify that 7 temp workers and a lot of my full-time team got sick unloading those shipping containers from mainland China, dog. That's all I could say. Yeah. That's all I can say about that. But as far as where we are now, we just gonna have to just keep living, bro. We just gonna have to keep living.
Yeah, I'm just going out there. I got sick. I've gotten sick.
I remember,
and that was, whew. It rocked me for 2 days, and I was good. Chilling.
Yeah, it fucked you up. Yeah, but it's fucked up. It's fucked up for them first 2 days, though.
It rocked me.
It's a cold bitch them first 2 days.
Yeah, it rocked me for 2 days, and I was good.
I mean,
I was just kicking like a champ. Just
you right back
waiting till it, and then I just waited my 10 days, and then I took a home test, and then I made an appointment and got the confirmation. I was like, damn, 10 days, and I was good to go.
Yeah,
but not everybody's that lucky.
Right. Yeah, you truly blessed, bro. And I don't think it's ever going to be a time where they come out and say, Corona's over. Pack it up, boys. It's too much money in the it's too much money in the mix now. I don't think it'll ever be just declared. Moderna and Pfizer and AstraZeneca and all these niggas is getting papered up off of this. So it's always going to be, at least I believe, a remnants of COVID floating around.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's going to be like the cold.
Correct. Yep.
At some point. True. Just the code is like, yo, I got a code. You don't even give a fuck. You just keep going to work.
20 years, that's how they're gonna be like, yo, I'm COVID, nigga.
All these diseases that we're not afraid of used to be something that killed motherfuckers a long time ago.
You're 100%
so it's
right.
Like, it's just the way of our society, the way of our life. We, as a society, we overcome and survive.
Yeah.
As a species, a lot of motherfuckers die, but then the ones that stay behind are stronger for it.
And into the future, our offspring will be stronger. Yeah.
So I mean, it's just the way it is. It's a circle. It's a circle of life.
And
it moves us all. That's
oh, you stopped. I thought I was gonna go
there and hope. I'll try.
Hey, yo, what's the score though? What's the score check? Yeah.
It's 48-50. Golden State up by 2 points with 55 seconds in the first half. They are battling. I've been glancing over it, and they've been.
I've been seeing, nigga.
Nobody's gotten a marquee lead.
A full lead, yeah.
It's just back and forth. So this is gonna be a series. It looks like
a dog fight.
Boston's gonna stick around. This might go 7 games. I was telling people that Golden State was gonna sweep.
I hope so. There ain't shit else to watch.
Yeah.
But speaking of basketball, man, just I asked you for that update so I can have a moderate segue. Over the weekend, man, the news was released that the GOAT himself, Big Bad LeBron James, has finally amassed $1 billion in net worth. And a lot of people are clamoring about, oh, he got $1 billion, he made $1 billion. And they're really attributing it to the basketball side. But what people don't know is he made $400 million on the court and $600 million off the court. And like when I sent you the list of topics, I said an example in brotherhood. LeBron's billions, an example of brotherhood. So what I see behind the scenes of that is just him making smart decisions, him putting himself in a position to win, and him staying down with his homies, bro.
Yeah, and so surround himself with good people. He kept
It was all his homies from childhood.
he kept all his right friends around. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
the
So
people who make crucial decisions for him
yeah,
are his homies. And a lot of people, I've been blessed. I got a few homies that when I invited you out to Vegas in August,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
cats that I'm rolling with then are people that I knew since before I started clapping cheeks. You feel me? I knew all of these niggas before I was really out here learning who I was.
Right.
These cats have grown with me. And if you ask a lot of people, man, whether it be from situations, people get died, people get killed, people get sick, things like that. A lot of people don't have a solid core of 3-4 homies around them that they can really confide in and be like, yo,
Yeah.
I got a situation. I want to buy this house. I'm thinking about borrowing something from my 401k. People don't talk to each other like that. It's all
Yeah.
turn up talk. It's like, nigga, we going to the club tonight to get some bitches, right?
Yeah.
Bottles, right? Niggas that just want to party with you, but they don't want to build with you, man. So just from seeing LeBron do what he do you think that is a sustainable blueprint for the average person?
Oh yeah, it's definitely sustainable. But I think that also comes with understanding that your childhood friends are going to change throughout your childhood, and then the ones that last are the ones. It's definitely like something that you have to like really keep, because not all the friends you make in your childhood are going to turn out to be great in your adulthood.
Yeah.
But keeping the ones around that are there, like yourself, LeBron and yourself are fortunate to have those friends, but always keeping an eye on and stick and knowing who to latch on to and who to let go. Because they say sometimes it's a season, sometimes people come in, they're good for a season and that's it. But then you got the lifetime ones, when you get those
Right.
lifetime. And I think that's the blueprint, is building your lifetime friends early and understanding when you got them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's, speaking to someone like yourself or LeBron or someone that has childhood friends, saying, how did you know that this was going to still be a friend after all these years? And it's just over those years, I'm sure that there's different things in your life, milestones or things where you failed that they were there for you. And that's how you knew this is
Right.
someone I
That's
can count
yeah.
on. So
The
along the
action.
way, they've done these core friends of yours have been there for you in times you need them the most. So that's why they're still there now, type of thing.
And I mean, in my situation, it really wasn't even that. It's like, because I never really called on my friends for anything tangibly, like goods or services or money or anything like that. But in my situation, I just seen the way my niggas reacted in their personal life to adversity or to certain situations or circumstances that hop up, and how they maneuver through that muck to let you know, hey, this nigga solid. He handled his own business with his old lady. He treat his moms right. He, he not a bully. He's not a tyrant. If he got some power in a certain situation, he not using it to manipulate people and things like that. That's always been how I judge people's characters, not necessarily what they done for me, because a motherfucker will give you an act of service just to come back 2 months later and be like, yo, remember I did that for
so
you.
you just sitting back watching, like,
sit back and scope the game. You feel me? And that's what I think. Oh, that's what's up, baby. That's what I think. I think that's what LeBron did. He had all his homies with him, and he gave them a little leash, like, yo, I'm gonna let you handle this. And they showed and proved, like, yo, I did this. Let's keep growing. And I believe a lot of motherfuckers will see one of their homies thriving in a situation, and jealousy will bud up. But I think they saw LeBron thriving and say, yo, how can I be a part of that while also being an asset to him? So they started managing him, managing his investments, managing his contracts, knowing that his win would equate to their win. Instead of people having that star mentality, like, I'm the star. When I go to the club, the broads want me. When I go out, the little kids want me.
And I mean, that's why you see, like, like the shop. You know what I mean? You got Maverick Carter. That's one of his homies there. And that's successful. And they have shows with and without LeBron. And I watched both of them, and they're seamless. But that's I can see how you see that. And
that's what it has to be. It has to be, how can one of my homies is thriving, instead of being like, man, I did the same thing that nigga did. Why that ain't me? Why not look at it from a perspective to say, yo, my nigga is shining. What can I add to his star power or his come up that could also be beneficial to me. That's what I'm saying. Instead, and to that's why I think it's so many killings out on the street, and people say it be your own people that do it to you, be your own homie, because instead of willing to back up and say, damn, maybe I didn't work as hard in the gym as him, maybe I didn't perfect my jumper like him, but you know what? I'm a mean motherfucker with these numbers. So when he go to the NBA, let me holler at him and be like, yo, let me manage you for 6 months, just to let me show you. Or like if a nigga doing good at BG&E, let's say he hopped up to a head position in BG&E. Yo, I know you might not be able to hire me in BG&E, but I'm starting a contracting firm where I can maybe, if you got any extra work, you know, anything overflow, you know, just recommend me here and there. You know, I do a little kickback or something. Work out the business instead of just trying to cut the head off the snake. I'm the new head now, because it'll never be that way, because you didn't put in the work that said person did. You know, help your homie be great and you be great too. I see a lot of instant gratification. People just want a lot of instant gratification these days. I want it now. I want it now. And usually when it come like that, I'm pretty sure you can attest to that. When you get something and you really didn't put in the work for it, it's gone twice as fast, because you really don't have appreciation.
Yeah, you didn't even feel the same at all.
Yeah,
you know, you don't have that sense of accomplishment that you're supposed to get from.
Mm-hmm. Like Eric Weddle, bitch ass, when he came and won a Super Bowl with us, nigga. You wasn't there week 10, nigga. You wasn't there week 19.
Hey, yo, but he earned it. Susie,
yeah, he earned it. I can't hurt him.
Hey, come on.
I know. I just had to use him because that's what I knew. Everyone had to stop me. He said, "Hold on,
come on, man. Eric's a good dude."
You're taking it too far, Sean.
Yeah. No, I actually within that understand what you mean though.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to
say.
Like
you just can't. You just hopped up in here. And
you hopped up in here. You want to live us?
You can say. Could you say Kevin Durant?
Yes, I could definitely say Kevin Durant. Because remember Draymond said, "Nigga, we won without you. We'll win again without you." And that they sure enough in the finals.
They're in the finals right now.
So I know he home swinging like Cuba Gooding Jr. and shit off of Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, it's halftime now, 52-50. But I don't know, man. Celtics they're surprising me. Yeah, they stayed close. I mean, it's 52-50, yo. When you're that close, it's anybody's game.
It's the Warriors up though, right?
Warriors up 52-50.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how that play out, man. But I think we covered everything we wanted to talk about today, man.
We kind of did, yo. We just rocked right through it.
We moved straight through the
man. That DeShaun Watson was wow. That
was wild, bro. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get you one of them claw machines, nigga. You're gonna be in love, bro.
Yo, that was a very, very tough topic, yo, to talk about, yo.
It wasn't tough, man. I mean, people do sexual assault every day, man. People do sexual assault every day, man. And the less we talk about it, if we keep it taboo, that's when motherfuckers feel like they can get away with it, because they're like, ain't nobody talking.
Yeah. I understand.
I pull up to a nigga at work, be like, hey, man, I heard you be grabbing titties at the supermarket, bro. What the fuck is going on?
But what made it crazy is because you didn't see that interview, and I'm like trying to.
Oh, okay. You trying
paraphrasing what Shorty was saying and shit.
I'm gonna have to watch it, yo.
If you see it, huh?
It was heavy.
Not that it was heavy. It's just that, you know, it's. I'm describing another woman's supposed trauma, yo. How can we sit there and try to put ourselves in those shoes?
I used to live in a storage unit, nigga. So that's my trauma.
Like, that's how I felt. Like, who am I to sit here and try to describe this shit?
I'm saying I can describe it, nigga.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's like when you live in a storage unit and you ain't got no phone charger and you got 7% battery and you horny. So you could either save your battery for your alarm clock in the morning to get up, go to work, or you could hop on Pornhub and satify your sexual urges, nigga. It's like you got a decision to make. You want to waste that last 7%?
Would you feel bad if it's like you're with your woman? She's like, she don't want to do nothing. She falls asleep. Then you just jerk off and bust a nut on her while she's sleeping. You don't think that's
on her?
Yeah, on her. Would that be an inappropriate thing to do?
With my wife?
No, I'm just saying, like, hypothetical. Like go back to your teenage years, right? And then like this is a girl that you just mess around. She's like, I'm not in the mood, and then she sleeps just.
You can go in the bathroom, take care of yourself, but you
but like, if you is that inappropriate? But is that inappropriate?
Oh, upset you. Yeah, that's inappropriate.
Okay, so now think about this for a minute. To some other motherfuckers, like, that's not that. I didn't really hurt you, and then it was just a little cum.
Well, you said he didn't masturbate. You said it just.
No, he didn't. I'm just saying that in a way when you look at it like, it happens all the time. And that you have to think about it from this point of view. Like a dude would think that just ejaculating on a female that she was not aware of it's not a big deal because it's not like you raped her or did nothing.
Hold
but
on.
You just
Did DeShaun Watson nut on them, or he just nutted to the side?
This has nothing to do with DeShaun Watson.
Okay,
It's about what's appropriate and inappropriate. Wouldn't that be just as bad as a sexual that's a sexual assault in some way, right?
Yeah, if you nut on somebody, that's sexual assault,
and they don't know about it, right?
Which now, if it's my wife and I nut on her, she's just gonna.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to make. I'm gonna make a point. So it's inappropriate, right? All right, let's just say it's inappropriate. It's bad.
So she might be like, Sean,
dude,
you nutted on my knees, but
when this dude's lawyer said it's not a crime to make someone feel uncomfortable.
Depending on the context of uncomfortable. Now, nutting on somebody is a situation where you could say it's not right to make somebody. But if you could be like,
or forcing your dick to touch somebody's hand,
that's inappropriate.
Yeah, well, it's not a crime. Remember, he said it's not a crime because
he probably is he's probably a frequent dick flipper. He probably put his dick on everybody.
Something wrong with that shit. I don't know. I just didn't. His lawyer saying that still got to me a little bit.
You can't see that's a situation where he'll try to play. That's a statement he'll try to play words. He playing on words, saying it's not a crime to make someone feel uncomfortable. So if you say, I'm not really into fat girls, a fat girl might feel uncomfortable, but it's not a crime. He's just stating his preference. He's trying to equate that situation to say it's not I'm not making you feel uncomfortable, but you're nutted on me, my friend. I can change my clothes, buddy.
That's what I'm saying.
That's different.
Remember, she was saying she was massaging him, and then he was erect, and then she continued to massage him, and then he ejaculated.
See, she should have stopped when he got hard, Joe.
That's what I'm saying too. So I just don't get how to feel about that.
They both was wrong, but he wronger. He could have pulled his dick. You got dick control. Point it the other way, man. You gonna try to lean over and nut on her Crocs and shit. That's petty, yo. DeShaun Watson ain't shit if that's what he did, yo. Sorry about that, baby. I nutted on your Crocs. Look, man, you better change your shoes. Going through them holes.
Are Crocs those like foam type shoes that you put on and you slip on like slippers?
They like I got some.
Oh yeah, those are. I never knew, but
it's like plastic material, something like that.
I have my cousin, and I was going to go outside because here, use mine. Use my Crocs, and then I put them on. There's the most motherfucking comfortable things I've ever put on my feet.
Bro. But don't go raw in nobody Crocs, yo. That's sexual assault. You don't wear no socks. You don't wear no socks. You've been assaulted, Redwin. You went raw in another nigga Crocs, bro. The alligator stopped smiling on the logo when you did that. Nigga said, these ain't my own feet.
I had socks on.
Okay, all right. Keep it clean out here in these streets, Brody.
Oh man. Whew, I'm glad I wasn't drinking nothing. I would have spit all over the screen, yo.
You slid right in there. You put your feet in there. You said,
yeah, they was the most comfortable. I'm gonna give me a pair. I'm giving me a pair. I have been sold.
Amazon, bro. Amazon got pretty cash, bro.
Yo, I'm gonna snatch them. Those things are super comfortable, yo. That's gonna be my walk around shoes.
I had some Dollar General Crocs a couple months, probably 2 weeks ago, babe. Them bitches broke. They not comfortable hard. Like, this shit ain't the same.
Is there a specific brand that I should be getting?
Crocs. Crocs is the brand. Everybody else, they got bottles of water and shit as the logo.
So there's a logo for Crocs.
You want to say something? She got some Crocs from Walmart she liked, but we stopping on a dime and backpedaling and shit.
These are Walmart, but Crocs is supposed to sue them for mimicking.
Crocs about to sue Walmart.
See?
Oh, so they're so good that Walmart's gonna get sued. Yo, I'm getting those.
And you know how
these are nice.
Not those specific ones, like a color, a more masculine color.
Yeah, but they were $10.
It's Pride Month, yo. Go ahead, grab you some of them joints.
They were $10.
That's what's up. Hell yeah.
But you know how
everybody Walmart $10.
Clothing companies, it can't be an exact replica. You gotta switch up the whole pattern or something like that to avoid infringement laws.
Yeah.
But Walmart,
So
they
you
just
think
went hard, nigga.
They went hard exactly.
Fuck
Let me
those
see the
laws,
difference.
nigga.
Yours are the real ones, right?
Yeah, she done ran off.
She ran off. Well, I can tell from
Stop
looking
saying, nigga, she gonna ask me to buy her something, nigga. Just let her walk away.
Oh, all right.
Them $10 ones is good. Let her keep it. Budget on your feet, nigga. I got the real thing.
You can get 3 pair for the price of yours.
Yeah, she got them for the rest of her life. I got 3 Crocs, nigga. Every 10th year anniversary, I'm buying some of them Walmart Crocs.
Oh my Christ.
Inflation, they're gonna be $10, $12, $14. It's still good.
How long does a shoe last before you feel it's worth it? A year?
I really don't. A lot of cats is shoe fetish guys, man. But I'll probably buy 1 pair of shoe a year, 1 or 2 pair of shoes a year.
Yeah.
I don't really like. When I was younger, I used to get into the fashion shit. Like, yo, nigga, I'm fresh, nigga. Then I just seen everybody getting killed.
I mean, I got a few pair of shoes that I like that I only wear for like special occasions.
You going out?
But I got like just 2 pairs sneakers that I just wear whatever. I don't give a shit.
Comfortability.
And then as soon as they get fucked up, I just get a new pair of the same ones.
The same thing. Yeah, you a dad. That's some dad shit, nigga. I thought they was dusty last week. I just bought these.
The same ones. I get the same exact ones.
Exactly.
So people can remember me. You know, whenever you see me, it's like, oh, that's his walk around shoe, so he ain't going out or nothing. It's like, how you know the sneakers he got? But they're fresh. It's like, that's just because he just replaced them.
Them scuff marks ain't there no more.
Just keep seeing them from week to week basis. You'll see them things get dirtier and dirtier. And then suddenly they'll get new again. And then you'll see them again, they new again. The same fucking ones. I was like, how the
this
fuck?
nigga doing this? He must be seeing them niggas at the mall kiosk. Cleaning his shoes.
It's like I might as well like buy 3 at a time and keep them in the closet, so I instantly have a replacement.
Had a Peter Griffin closet.
And then while I'm out and about, I buy another replacement to replace the ones I just threw away, so that I always have 3 in the closet.
You got rotation of air monitor.
Rotating them then, so no one's ever gonna see me without them sneaks on.
That nigga feet always comfortable. But yeah, man.
That's what I'm gonna do with Crocs now.
There you go. Get some, man. I'm gonna send you something for Christmas, yo. If you can hold out, nigga, I have them too.
I can hold out.
Keep running the train on your cousin Crocs.
I'm gonna get the Walmart ones and then hope for the real ones.
Oh, the Walmart was gonna last. They made out of ocean plastic, nigga. Them motherfuckers is gonna last.
But do they have Raven ones?
Up here they did. Yeah. I'll check, and if I see them, we'll coordinate shipping or whatever.
Yeah. I'll get you a Rams Crocs. How about that?
Nah, I got, nigga, all I can afford is these bitches I got right now, nigga. Unless I can get them on food stamps, nigga, I can't get them on Crocs.
Can you eat them?
Yeah, I'm gonna try it if I gotta buy some more. I'm putting the bitches in the oven.
It's like, hey, yo, these are edible.
It tastes like Gator.
Gator tastes good.
Gator tastes good, bro. Yes, it does. When I lived in Sacramento, I used to eat that shit on a regular. Pause. It was good. It was good.
If someone just comes in right at the moment you said, I used to eat that shit on a regular. Pause.
I got some niggas around here that's crazy. Yo. I ain't want to be like, you be eating niggas on. I don't want no smoke with my street homies. But yeah, man. Another riveting conversation with you, brother, man. You know.
Yeah, man. Most definitely.
Coming it up, man. Anything you wanna?
Are we past the 2-hour mark? It felt like it.
No, we had a $1.23. All 3 of y'all.
This is where we always get at. Nah, man. Everything's sweet, man. It's going good. You know, this game is pretty compelling. I'm gonna finish watching it third quarter.
Yeah. Golden
State still up by 2. They just going back and forth over here.
Oh, it's back again. It's back on.
Yep, it's third quarter right now.
I'm gonna go water the garden and check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, we are sorry for last week, man. No fault to Mr. Nevada. His son's birthday was last week, and give it up for Edwin's birthday was last weekend. And I had some other stuff going on. I had to flake out on my man Edwin on the recording. So we will become more consistent. We will become more engaged with our thing, man. And we think we have a good conversation game to give to y'all. We would love for y'all to call into the show, yo. So if you're ever watching it, or if you're watching it in the future, please call us. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, share to our channel, man. We always gonna be out here putting up hot content from the Black and the Hispanic.
Yeah. If you happen to catch the show after the live event, still drop the comments down below. It's always good to see what's going on, how people think of things. Also gives us ideas for the next show.
You know who Princetta G is? You know who that is? That's somebody left something in the comments, bro.
She was laughing at us.
Okay, Princetta. God bless you, girl. But yeah, man. So
Princetta G. That's my lady, Princetta.
This is for Marasa. I'm still bumping that shit, yo. That's my shit. But all right, guys. From Edwin and myself, man, we appreciate you watching us. Like I said, like, share, subscribe if you're on Facebook. Say something in the fucking comments. Stop watching while you beating your kids or cooking your fried chicken, nigga. Say something, jumping in the conversation, man. We ain't talking to each other. We want to talk to y'all, nigga. Shit. But we do appreciate your time, man. We know it's a trillion podcasts you could be watching, man, but you here spending some time kicking with us, and it's greatly appreciated. We pray that you all have a safe, positive, constructive week in the week ahead. Come back, check us out next Sunday for another episode of the Too Late We Said It podcast. From me and my brother Edwin Nevado, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, and have a great week. Yeah.